sometimes even those like long relationships don't even lead to marriage. When you put something out in the universe, that's all you will see. You keep saying men are scum, the one that will come to you be scum.
Yeah.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If it's the first time you're seeing these beautiful faces, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying it, and if it's not, hi loves, welcome back. So in today, I have a superstar with me. Now I know I'm not finished. I know.
I've been drinking this wine for like 2 hours now. Alright guys.
Introduce yourself. Like you don't even need introduction, but just do it for
let me introduce myself. Okay. Hi, my name is Dodos and I'm a makeup artist, content creator,
celebrity
influencer.
content creator.
Wow.
Celebrity.
I try to do all cool things, beauty, fashion, lifestyle.
Everything.
You know what it is. Yeah.
Okay. So I just finished filming on her channel, so make sure I'm going to put the link of the video in the description. So when you're done, before you watch this one, go watch it on hers. We made up, it was really fun.
Yeah, we had conversations.
And yeah, so I decided to bribe her to do one for my channel because I mean, why not?
Why not?
I don't want your baby free.
Just this girl she sees the opportunity.
And grab it. I love it. Okay, so you know about my 20 series and stuff, and I noticed that I've never actually had like an older, you're not that old, right? But an older like female guest. I always have like you watch the other one with the guys. So I just wanted like a segment where we can hear from an older person who has had experiences with certain things that we talk about, and just have like a perspective of how maybe where you're on this point of life and how you've like gotten to where you are.
Okay.
So one of the popular things that they like talking about in this series is about man. Okay.
I love it. Why not?
Man. So like the struggle of like dating and you are married, and one thing I really do admire your relationship. I love that if you go out you'll be looking for a husband, which is not very common with a lot of people over here. Like, and it's like I love that he seems very comfortable with it, you're very comfortable with it, and I'm just like, how did you get to that point? Like, because that's not a normal perspective of like what normal people normally do here. So it's like you guys are friends, you travel a lot, and it's like that's what the problem is. Like phase I had with marriage is like you have to stop your life and be with and baby him and carry him.
No, sorry.
Exactly, this what you're doing.
There's no time for that.
I love it. I love it.
I think more than anything is in your 20s. First of all, I really feel like a lot of people should just be spending time in their 20s, knowing themselves, like enjoying your own company. I'm not saying you can't date, of course, date in your 20s, but I feel like one of the beauty of dating in your 20s as well is you're kind of very clear. By the time you're like 30 or like 29, you're very clear on what you don't want.
So you're knowing.
So you already know that this one I've seen the signs. No, there's no need to
even experience.
Yeah. Once you get older and you know what you want, even while you're still younger, while you're still in your 20s, once you know what you want, you're trying not to settle for something else. So it's not about I never went into it thinking I want to get married before. Okay, yes, let me know. Like I definitely thought, like growing up, I was like, it'd be nice to get married before 28 or this or that. But all of that changed the moment I got to 28. I was like, it's not really about trying to get it's about who's the right fit for me. So as a person, I know that I get bored easily. Like I don't want to be choked. The moment I feel like someone's suffocating me with love, I'm just like, I beg, I don't want. Do you understand? Like, so that means that I cannot be with a man that is very needy, that I have to baby. So you use that word. So there are different kinds of men. There are men who
you found that out from like
from dating from people that I dated that it did not work. Or I cheated on. I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
You now felt like this is
why.
This
is the reason why I wasn't with this person, and this is the reason why this other person seemed attractive to me. And the fact that you are not needy does not mean you're not affectionate. Like my husband is very affectionate. I like affection, but it's just like I need someone that is confident enough to understand that women like us, we cannot. That's why I looked at you. Women like us are not the type of women that you marry and put in the house as trophy. So you have to know what you're gonna get. You cannot say, you want an independent woman, you want this, and it's gonna come with it comes. Being with an independent woman comes with its own baggage. That means we're on the hustle, we're trying to get our bag. But I'm not saying that you would not compromise. You will, because that's love, right? You love someone so much, you're like, okay,
Yes.
this doesn't sit well.
Balance.
Yes, it's the beautiful balance, and that's really it. So for me, I'm not a traditional person. I knew that I can't thrive in a traditional marriage, so it doesn't work for me. For people who are traditional people and that's what they want, it works for them.
Okay.
But yeah, with this at work, you can't have a traditional husband.
It's really not.
Yeah.
Because
Because
they won't like it.
You understand? You be like, you're wearing this camisole with cleavage on the tube, and you're my
On the
wife.
internet.
Problems.
Yeah, I feel you. And especially like how expressive we are. It's like, why you?
Yeah.
So what would you be advice for people who are feeling a bit pressured right now to marry? Do you feel like if you have things you're doing and maybe like investing in friendships, some people still have that, but they still want this done?
I definitely think that, romantic relationship gives a different kind of satisfaction.
Definitely.
Friendship relationship gives a different kind of satisfaction. You can't, most times it's hard to kind of like
use one to replace
replace the other. But you can find that sweet spot where you are in a phase where you know that, yes, I don't have a romantic relationship at the moment, but my friends are filling me up. Like your friendship is filling you up, so you're not really feeling empty or lonely. Yes, you have one of those times where you feel like there are times where I'll be single, I'll call my best friend like, now wow. So you just be nice. You just be nice. I don't have to call you this night. I want to talk to Bae. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also understanding that there's a time and a season for different things. So there's a time that the boy you're looking for, you'll find, and you'll be tired. Like you'll be in marriage. Okay, next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so. I think it's just understanding that at every point you don't want to be so focused on the next step and the next phase that you are. Yes, you're not enjoying your present. So if you're single now, like enjoy it. Like get to know yourself, hang out with your girls, go on loads of dates with guys. I don't understand why in this country it's like, always like once you go on,
I feel like
3 dates, like prostitutes. Just like okay,
it's like
how am I meant to marry?
Like talking to people, like he doesn't. But not saying form pre-relationships.
Exactly.
But like doesn't make the cut. Doesn't make
exactly.
the cut. And then you're knowing what. But like when you feel like you don't have options, you take a lot of nonsense.
Of course, now you just settle with.
Yeah, but when you know that. Okay, like I've seen better.
Yeah,
Do you understand? No. Like you're like there's something better. But sometimes when that's all you know, like you just be like, okay, this has to be it, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
How is like a married life? Because there's this thing of like marriage is like promised land. Even though now obviously, especially with Gen Z, and people like know that people back then stayed because like they just had to. It's not, but like there's this obsession. There's still even till 2021, there's still an obsession. So I always just give like your own view. Like when you are married, like is there? I don't know what is it.
I mean I get it. I don't understand. Because we all had that, right? Where it's like, okay, yeah, marriage is marriage is the promised land, but then marriage is not really the promised land, because when you get married, you don't stop living, right? Like when you get married,
people don't really move past like
yes.
They always like when you get married, what you now do?
When you now do, like so that's the thing. Most people see marriage as a full stop. Okay, now this is the peak, and once I get that, that's it. But no, there's now other things. There's living with this partner. There's kids, for instance. If you want kids, there is other things. Even your goals, your vision, So I think for me, marriage is a beautiful place. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's nice to come home to somebody. It's nice to have someone who's on your team, who you guys can make plans together. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's amazing. But I know that marriage is not for everybody. I know people might be like, oh yeah, because now you're married, you can say it's not for everybody. But really,
why do you say that?
Because there's some people that it's just not cut out for. Like I know people and I have friends who are not seeing anyone and who are like, yeah, you know what, I'm 50, I'm 60, and I want to be in love, like I want to be with people, but I'm not really so keen on marrying this person. I want to have kids. Like I feel like a lot of things that we fantasize about and glamorize in our 20s, when push comes to shove, because again, it's especially for women, right? You're saying, oh yeah, you want to get married, but most times the way the system has been built, it almost seems like you cannot be the one to ask yourself out. So yes, you meet a guy, you like him. Do you understand?
Yeah.
What if he now is not saying anything? Okay, you now say, let's get married. You know what I mean? Like it almost feels like the ball is not really in our hands, which is kind of annoying. Because it'd be easier if you're making that decision to be like, okay, yeah, I want to marry you, let's do this.
Which is, I saw a write-up about, like girls is like, we don't really go for the guys we want. It's more like it's who is coming.
Yes.
And I actually agree with her in the sense of like, if you feel like you see someone I mean, you can do it in a way you're going for, because it's almost like we have to receive what's coming to us, and we don't really go for what we really, unless you're really lucky and the one that you really like is not coming to you.
So in the instance where they don't come, will you die?
You won't.
Do you understand? And you still have to decide to choose happiness.
Yeah, and I also feel like when you like prioritize it, it's like no matter what, I just want it.
Yes, then yes, because you then make the wrong decisions. You end up being with the wrong person, because at that point you're not thinking of the partnership. You're thinking of the fact that I need to get married before this age. So I need the person that is toasting me now, the person I'm talking to now. Meanwhile, it's like, and I feel like a lot of people, even with this generation, I'm never gonna lie. Like I feel like the value of marriage has kind of being watered down.
I feel it's also because of what we see like some married counterparts do, and it's like what's really the point? Like why did you now get married? If
but exactly that's what I personally feel like. Sometimes you see the red flags, but you go into it hoping that, like, when you go into something and you can see the red flags, are you hoping that it changes or what? So that's why I see a lot of marriages that don't even go that far. Personally, when I see that a marriage is being, something happens and it just does not work out, maybe in the first year or first 2 years.
Wow.
Those things have been there since. You just decided.
So sometimes I see people who are together for like 7 years dating and they get married, and the first year they're done, like, does marriage really make it like boom in your face? Is it because you're living with the person?
Maybe.
Or is it the pressure? Because I'm like, you were together for 7 years and you see.
But were you living together for 7 years?
Yeah, so living is definitely a difference.
Living is a difference. So.
It's definitely a difference.
Because now, you know how before you're dating someone, you guys can have an argument and you can be like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, okay,
so
alright, no, I'll there. You are there. There's no talk to you. You're in the same house.
You know, they say that if you want to if your relationship is strong, travel.
Yes, exactly. You go on it.
That one is true. That one is true.
And the person is still there. You're still seeing them. They're annoying you.
Because it's like, wow, it's everything. It's like a mini let's live together. Is this really?
But people in their 20s are loads of, like, with your generation. Would you say that loads of people are trying to get married in their 20s? Do you want to get married in your, like? Do you want to?
I would, for, if anything, motherhood. But I'm also a bit conventional in a way. So I feel like
that's fine.
I mean, go all the way.
Yeah.
That's like, you like me, right? So
what's up?
Silly. That's just where I am. But I understand when people say, I don't find it crazy when someone says I don't want to, because I know that some people just don't like that whole, like, I feel like I'm locked in. And I think that's what a lot of men feel. Because sometimes those of men marry, they don't want to marry. It's just more like, this is what I need to do now.
A lot of women also feel that way as well. But I feel like a lot of people in general, the moment you start to feel locked in, a conversation needs to be had. A conversation saying that right now I'm feeling locked in, you know, I need to take a trip. And that trip is only me.
I was going to ask you, how do you do like independence within a relationship? Like, how do you balance that out? Or like,
I think a lot of independence
even
in a relationship, especially before marriage, it changes everything. Because number one, it lets you, the person sees how you are, so it's like, yo, take me as I am, or this is me. I'm not giving you, because you know that back then people would be like, oh yeah, be a nice girl, be this. If you don't know how to cook, say you can cook, just so you can get the ring. When you not get the ring,
I don't know if we get to like how that was really a performance. If you really
exactly, you know, but there are people that would like put up an act of this good girl just to settle down and then reveal.
Which is,
you know what I mean? And wow, I lost my train of thought. What was I trying to say?
Hey, this plot. You have actually lost it like 3 times.
Okay, so independence, yes. So I said, when you're actually dating someone, that's the time for you to really lay your cards, like,
this is how I am.
This is how I am. Lay everything on the table, and the person is okay with that, then that's fine. And so for me, for instance, I knew very well that I'm a friendship person. I made my boyfriend at the time, who's my husband now, know that friendship is important to me. These are my girls. You'll be seeing them in this house. They'll visit us. Do you understand? Like, I like to go on girls' trip. So now you know that this is me as a person, and you have to be very conversational. You have to talk about the things that are awkward.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, okay, how many times in a week are we gonna go on date nights, or how many times I hang out with my girls? Like, those things need to be spoken about.
I agree.
You know, and the moment you do that, I feel like it's much more easier. Yes, there'll be things that you have to learn on the spot and you have to learn the hard way. But it does not change the fact that if both of you are understanding and both of you come to the table to say, hey, I'm kind of feeling choked a little bit. I need to spend time with my girls. I need to spend time with my boys. I need to do this thing that feeds my soul. You understand
I think
it.
conversation is the key. I think
Conversation
people
is the
don't,
key.
if you
Yeah.
say it, I feel like it makes things
Because
easier.
my husband goes to the movies himself, like alone. And at first I'm like, he used to piss me off. I'll be like, what? You're going to, as in, why didn't you invite me? But that's his thing. That's his unwinding process.
So you had to learn.
I had to learn that. So now I know that, it's only the movies. You saw, he has gone on his date with himself to watch a film. And because when I go to the movies, I will be asking questions. Who is that guy? What is that? What is happening now?
I don't Can we watch it? Can we watch it? Another question I really want to ask, especially the problem with, I think, Gen Z in a way, like I always believe in balance. So there's this thing about compromise isn't really something that's talked about, and it's almost like if you say compromise, they're like, pick me, which is like, but I saw a meme, someone saying, you won't have to teach someone how to love, you won't have to, I'm like, well, it's a mix because they don't know how, for example, they don't know your love language, they don't know, and it's like, if I talk now, you're being this. So it's like, how, what are your thoughts on that? I feel like there's an imbalance in that structure.
No, definitely. I think maybe it's a choice of word that makes people feel, maybe people just don't like the word compromise or sacrifice, but you can find other, I think the overall essence of the word is that if you and I are friends, right, and I'm a texter, you're a caller.
Okay. Yeah.
So that means I would like you to text me as opposed to call me.
Yeah.
And you would like me to call you as opposed to text you. Right? If now that's it. You know what I mean? So if now I know that this is what is important to Kamsi, I have to, like, even if I text her, right, she doesn't want that. She prefers to talk on the phone. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Kamsi, this is how I am, like, I'm a texter, like, so is that you take it or leave it or work out this friendship? Yeah. Exactly. I'm gonna be like, well, Kamsi, I care about you, I care about this friendship, so I'm gonna make an effort. However, understand that this does not come naturally to me. So you to make a bit of
she does like when I call, so maybe once in a
Yes. So it's like both people are meeting each other halfway.
Because like people are like, I like calling, you want to call me, then you don't love me. And I'm like,
but also I feel like people that say that as well is because the other person is not reaching or trying to also. Again, I said two people meeting in the middle, not one person overextending themselves. True. So when you start extending yourself and you feel like you're not getting anything in return, then it hurts. But if every time you're meeting each other in the middle, it doesn't feel like work. You're like, oh, okay, that was thoughtful of you. I know that you don't typically do this, but you did that. So I appreciate you for that.
So I feel if we're always meeting in the middle, that's good. Yeah. But I feel like, is there a way where sometimes, like, this is how this person is, and it's like, can I take it or can't I take it?
I mean, yes, there's that. There's that too. If it's something that is very important to this person, it's something that this person's happiness is tied to.
I feel
it almost makes me feel like you don't really value
that person. What do you think are the red flags girls should kind of like look out for?
Child. Red flags. Number one, you have to look out for how he treats people. So I'm saying you go to a restaurant, how he's talking to the waitress, how he's talking to his driver, how he's talking to people around him, cleaner.
Not like his friends.
Not his friends. I'm saying people that are maybe not on the same social status, because it tells you a lot about the person. Yeah. Also, number two, I feel like their relationship with their family is also very important.
Okay, how so?
Because I just feel like, okay, you know what? I take that back. Maybe it's not a family thing, but I can't find someone that you kind of respect.
Okay, yes.
There's nobody that can.
So who am I going to go?
There's nobody that can reset your brain. Is a problem for me. If you feel like you are God, you are the one on top. Nobody, everybody's beneath you. It's like, so when there are issues,
he doesn't value anybody.
There's nobody.
So who are you going?
His friends are afraid of him. His friends are afraid of him. Everybody's afraid of him. At that point, you're like, you're on your own. So for me, I feel like that's something to look out for.
Okay.
I will also say like. Also,
I think this is a funny one. You started.
No. Also, sometimes a man's relationship with his mother kind of shows you what he's expecting in the relationship with his girlfriend or his wife.
Okay.
So all those, yes, my mommy's food, my mommy cooks, my mommy this. He's kind of.
That's why it's good to just show yourself.
He's kind of expecting that. You know,
and if you can't.
Yes, when you marry a man or you are dating a guy, and sometimes just how their mothers are, they kind of they want to mirror that in their relationships. So a man who typically...
Or how their mom treats their dad.
How their mom treats their dad, number one. How their mom treats them, number two. Number three, just how their mom is. So typically, if a man, I don't know, in my mind, though, this is what I think, is my opinion. If a man is in a family where the mother is a hardworking woman, she goes out to work, as in not like being at home is not hardworking, but you know what I mean, like she is on the streets hustling. He would never be. He's going to understand when his wife is
like that. Because his mom is like, true.
Because he understands it. True. You have to go out and get your bag.
Yeah.
A man that's used to his mom being at home, taking care of the kids, taking care of this. When you're now saying you are dating and you want to, he's like, I don't understand. My mom was present. She took care of us. She was there. So I don't get it. So I feel like, I mean, there are men who now say, oh yeah, I want to be different. I was born in this family, but this is not what I want to be. Yes, but typically, most times, again, we're a product of our experiences and how we're brought up. Let's be honest, like, yeah, so that's that. And then also, I think that the moment you see any red flag, everybody's red flag is different. For me, it can be something else. For you, it can be something else. But the moment you see that, like, your intuition is very strong. It's very strong. I feel like what you can't take from the beginning, don't even make excuses for it.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't make excuses for your value. Like, it's very important. Yes. Yeah. Because what happens is that I feel like sometimes even with men and just people, human beings, even women will do it. You take the piss. You're like like a child. At every point, you're doing something, and if you're not called out, you're like, okay,
continue doing
it's fine. I can continue.
Exactly.
Keep going. Like you're testing.
That's how human beings are.
So you have to make sure that if you know that someone has raised. There's a bag of TV in my outfit. If you know that someone has yelled at you,
you
know that from yelling is to throwing something, from throwing something is to backhand slap. You already know that you caution that yelling to say, hey, I don't like you spoke to me this way, I do not appreciate it, and I wouldn't tolerate it. And when that time it happens, then you know that this person is not okay. That's how they are. And we need to be able to take people for who they are. They show you who they are. Just take it. Don't now say, when we now get married, it actually gets worse in marriage. People need to understand that if you butter everything up, when you get into marriage, you can't butter it anymore, because the moment you're now in the house, I feel like most men now think, I don't have to be working to, they're not chasing you again. So that initial chase, let me tell you, that's the beginning. You are king. Everything you say, everything you want,
spoken from a married woman.
That's the time, don't not think that. Don't not think that it's when you get married that like there's no real vim. Like, okay, you're already my wife. You're already in the house. Okay,
that's really him.
Yeah.
So you didn't say anything then. Why do you think now?
You know, so yeah, I think those are my red flags.
Okay, I agree with all of them. I should have put out the question tag so that I'll get more questions.
I know.
But, I think just say a word on like wasting your 20s. If you had to go back, what would you like to no, this is really
if I could go back to my 20s, the one thing I would say is I should have been more like upfront. I feel like in my 20s, I was also trying to please people, men I was dating at that point in time. Not saying that I was doing everything they wanted, no, but like...
Doing yourself?
No, even just my time. It was more of like my time. Like, I don't like you. I don't need to be wasting time trying to be going on dates because I don't want to be mean to tell you no.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It
does not. I think in your 20s, be more audacious, be more upfront. Do not be afraid. Like, okay,
don't waste time.
Don't waste time. I feel like your 20s are very like, it's like you're meant to be exploring. Like, if this person is not really working out, don't now go and die there because just move on. Like, dating is not that. I feel like in your 20s as well, dating is not that. It's really not that deep.
Okay.
Like, it's really not that deep. Look at it.
Say like, it's not from their 20s they get married.
Yeah, but guess what? I personally feel like some of the most beautiful relationships is not how long you've been dating them. So you don't have to be dating a person from when you're 24 to now marry at 30. Most times, even those like long relationships don't even lead to marriage. Because at that time, you're dating when you're not really sure about what you want. You're not the woman like me now and me when I was 20 something, girl, there's a lot. Like, so don't be hard on yourself. Like, the things that seem like, oh, so groundbreaking, eventually you're just gonna be like, oh, it's really not that deep. Okay, yes, we broke up. Yeah, there's gonna be another fish in the sea. Like, just know that there's plenty options.
Yeah, even though I can't lie, sometimes like it looks very rough out there, like in terms of options, which makes people scared because it's like, am I going to see someone better? But
I feel like with relationships, at least for me, the next is always better than the ex. Your next should be better than your ex. Like, you are saying, okay, this did not work out and this is the reason why, so I'm not going to go for the same type. This is what I'm not going to go for. Like,
you should take out time to look out.
Take out time to look out for like your patterns, like your dating history, the things that have reoccurred, and just try not to repeat those things. And learn from people's mistakes. Like, you don't have to experience it first before you know that these are the red flags.
That's something that I like. Like I said, I like shortcuts. I'll just take notes like, oh, okay, got it, and everything. Okay, thank you so much just for the words of wisdom. I'm so happy. Like, I always get him. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to say I need to get a woman because you have more sense.
Yes, to be honest,
you have more sense, and people would love to know like someone who has been through, who's happily married. Who I love when I'm like, okay, there is hope.
Yeah, there is hope, guys.
Hope.
I don't want, and also there's this whole concept, like this whole thing of men are scum.
Yeah.
Guys, you have to be very careful what you put out in the universe.
Oh yes.
When you put something out in the universe, that's all you will see.
Yeah.
You keep saying men are scum, the one that will come to you be scum. Like, I never had that. I don't have that mindset, but I've seen good men, and I know that my own will be good. So you have to be very careful that you're not just joining the bandwagon online just like to be saying stuff. Yes, exactly.
And if you notice, like, those people is mostly from a place of hurt.
Yeah.
Some people, you haven't even gone through hurt. Like, what am I carrying?
Why are you carrying?
No one has
it's
really
not my concern.
But you now keep saying it, and like, you're gonna keep.
Yeah.
And then I feel sometimes when you even keep saying men as come, the men are like, I just want, okay, she used to come. Let me continue. Let me continue. But if you now seem like, oh, what's that? Like, I feel you attract more good quality.
Of course. I think you have to be very, very clear what you want and intentional. Put it out there. If you want a man that will pick you up from work every day, that's what you want. And you're not a mad person for wanting that. It's valid. Like, what you want.
You're not asking for too much.
And what you want exists. So don't let any boy, one chewing gum boy, now make you feel as if you're asking for the world.
I love this part. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to also go to her channel and watch our video. It's really fun as well. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And I'll see you in my next video.
Bye.
Bye.